This video is about verb preposition combinations. What are verb preposition combinations? You have learned that there are accusative, dative, and genitive prepositions. You have also learned two-way prepositions. There are also some prepositions that go with certain verbs in order to express certain meanings. Often they do not express the same meanings alone. For example, warten means to wait. Auf means on top of. Warten plus auf plus accusative means to wait for. For example, I am waiting for the bus. Ich warte auf den Bus. Prepositions that are always accusative, dative, or genitive keep their case. Other prepositions can choose their case. It is important to memorize what case they take when combined with special verbs. This verb combo, warten plus auf plus accusative, defies the rule action accusative, dative no action, because there is no action in this sentence. The subject is not going, swimming, running, etc., but we still use accusative after the preposition because that is the case that goes with this verb preposition combination. The following slides will include as many verb prep combos as possible, and they will be separated by preposition to help you remember them. The English will be listed first in case you wish to pause the video and use it to review or learn verb prep combos. I will also read through the verb preposition combinations. In case you do not wish to listen to those because you do not learn well that way, feel free to skip those. We will begin with on. There are many verb preposition combinations. Remember that on is a two-way preposition, so case could be either accusative or dative and is provided for you here. If you wish to use this video to practice, pause the video now. The answers are arbeiten on plus dative, to work on, denken an plus accusative, to think of, erinnern an plus accusative, to remind of, sich erinnern an plus accusative, to remember, sich gewöhnen an plus accusative, to get used to, glauben an plus accusative, to believe in, hindern an plus dative, to prevent from doing, leiden an plus dative, to suffer from, schreiben an plus accusative, to write to, sterben an plus dative, to die of, teilnehmen an plus dative, to take part in, zweifeln an plus dative, to doubt. Next we have auf. There are many verb preposition combinations. Remember that auf is a two-way preposition, so case could be either accusative or dative and is provided for you here. If you would like to practice, pause the video now. The combinations are achten auf plus accusative, to pay attention to, antworten auf plus accusative, to answer, aufpassen auf plus accusative, to keep an eye on, beschränken auf plus accusative, to limit to, bestehen auf plus dative, to insist on, sich beziehen auf plus accusative, to refer to, sich freuen auf plus accusative, to look forward to, hinweisen auf plus accusative, to point to, hoffen auf plus accusative, to hope for, sich konzentrieren auf plus accusative, to concentrate on, reagieren auf plus accusative, to react to, sich verlassen auf plus accusative, to rely on, verzichten auf plus accusative, to do without, warten auf plus accusative, to wait for, zählen auf plus accusative, to count on. Next we have aus and für. There are many verb preposition combinations. Remember that aus is a dative and für is an accusative preposition, so case is not provided for you here. If you wish to pause the video to use this for practice, do so now. The combinations for aus are bestehen aus, to consist of, entnehmen aus, to gather from, sich ergeben aus, to result from, schließen aus, to conclude from. For für, sich begeistern für, to be enthusiastic about, danken für, to thank for, sich eignen für, to be suitable for, sich entscheiden für, to decide in favor of, halten für, to consider to be, sich interessieren für, to be interested in, sorgen für, to take care of. Next is in and mit. There are many verb preposition combinations. Remember that in is a two-way preposition and can be either accusative or dative. Mit is a dative preposition, so case is not provided for you here. If you wish to practice, pause the video now. The combinations for in include bestehen in plus dative, consist in, einführen in plus accusative, to introduce to, Sich einmischen in plus accusative to intervene, meddle in. Einwilligen in plus accusative to agree on. Sich verlieben in plus accusative to fall in love with. Sich vertiefen in plus accusative to become engrossed in. Combos with mit include sich abfinden mit to be satisfied with, anfangen mit to start with, aufhören mit to stop doing, sich befassen mit to deal with, sich beschäftigen mit to be busy with, rechnen mit to count on, sprechen mit to speak with, telefonieren mit to talk on the phone with, übereinstimmen mit to agree with, sich unterhalten mit to converse with. Next we have nach. There are many verb preposition combinations. Remember that nach is a dative prep, so case is not provided for you here. If you wish to practice, pause the video now. The combinations include aussehen nach, to look like, sich erkundigen nach, to inquire about, fragen nach, to ask about or for, greifen nach, to grab at, riechen nach, to smell like, of, schmecken nach, to taste like, sich sehnen nach, to long for, streben nach, to strive for, suchen nach, to search for. Next we have ÜBER. There are many verb preposition combinations. Remember, ÜBER is a two-way preposition and can be either accusative or dative. If you wish to practice, pause the video now. The combinations are sich ärgern über plus accusative, to be annoyed about, sich beschweren über plus accusative, to complain about, diskutieren über plus accusative, to discuss, sich freuen über plus accusative, to be happy about, sich informieren über plus accusative, to inform oneself about, klagen über plus accusative, to complain about, lachen über plus accusative, to laugh about, nachdenken über plus accusative, to think or ponder about, spotten über plus accusative, to mock, sprechen über plus accusative, to talk about, sich streiten über plus accusative, to argue about, urteilen über plus accusative, to judge, verfügen über plus accusative, to have something at one's disposal, sich wundern über plus accusative, to be surprised at or about. Next we have and von. Remember that is an accusative preposition and von is a dative preposition, so case is not provided for you here. If you would like to practice, pause the video now. The combos for are sich bemühen to make efforts towards, betrügen to cheat out of, bitten to ask for, sich handeln to be about, kämpfen to fight about, konkurrieren to compete for, sich kümmern to take care of. Combinations for von include abhängen von, to depend on, abraten von, to advise against, absehen von, to disregard, erholen von, to recover from, erzählen von, to tell about, halten von, to have an opinion about, sprechen von, to speak of, träumen von, to dream of, überzeugen von, to convince of, wissen von, to know of. Next we have for. Remember that for is a two-way preposition and can be either accusative or dative. If you would like to practice, pause the video now. Combinations include Angst haben vor plus dative, to be afraid of, beschützen vor plus dative, to protect from, fliehen vor plus dative, to flee from, sich fürchten vor plus dative, to be afraid of, sich hüten vor plus dative, to be on guard against, retten vor plus dative, to save from, warnen vor plus dative, to warn against. Next we have zu. Remember that zu is a dative preposition, so case is not provided for you here. If you would like to practice, pause the video now. Combinations include beitragen zu contribute to, bewegen to induce to, dienen to serve the purpose of, sich eignen to be suitable as, führen to lead to, gehören to be part of, gratulieren to congratulate on. Herausfordern to challenge to. The R in heraus should be before the A. Neigen to lean toward. Passen to suit. Rechnen to count as one of. Treiben to drive, impel to. Überreden to talk into. Zählen to count as one of. Zwingen to force into doing. Because of the sheer amount of verbs, instead of providing the English and having you enter the verb, I will provide the verb in the infinitive. One website recommends learning these with mnemonics by using a noun that has the preposition word in it, even though the meaning is not the same, just to help you remember as you repeat the word twice. Here are the examples. Pause the video now and fill in the blanks with the words asked of you. Number 1. Ich kümmere mich die Umwelt. I take care of the environment. Number 2. Du denkst an die Antwort. You think of the answer. Die Studenten interessieren sich für den Fürsten. The students are interested in the prince or ruler. Fürst, with no en at the end, is the male nominative form of that noun. When it's an accusative, it gets an en at the end because it's an N noun. Stephanie verliebt sich in den Inhaber. Stephanie falls in love with the owner. Ihr telefoniert mit eurem Mitbewohner. You all talk on the phone with your roommate. Klaus träumt von einem guten Job. Klaus dreams of a good job. There are not any nouns that I can see easily that start with von. That's why I did not repeat the word von by having a noun that had it in there. But you may dream about a good job, so it's still a good answer. I hope you found this video helpful.